What's up, everyone? This is 136 Football here, and today I will be giving you a recap of all the Week 1 NFL games. The game that kicked off the NFL season, we had the Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Eagles win this game 24-20. Both quarterbacks looked sharp in this game. Neither lit up the stat sheet. Neither had over 200 yards, but both I thought played well, made the right plays. Hurts did have 2 rushing touchdowns. Dak made some great throws late. CD just couldn't bring him in. Really cost them at the end. Unlike CD, took accountability though. I think he'll bounce back. Saquon, solid day. He had touchdowns, only 60 yards rushing, but I thought he had a good game. Stat sheet might not say so, but I thought personally he did. He passed the eye test. Overall, I think the Cowboys didn't miss Micah Parsons as much as people thought they would. Obviously, they would still rather have him. But yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are this isn't a completely wasted season. I think they might be able to compete in this NFC East. I don't know about make a playoff spot, but they're going to be able to compete. So yeah, overall, good game. Eagles win this game by 4. Next game, we went to Brazil. We had the Chiefs lose to the Chargers 27-21. A bit of surprise for me personally, and I have a feeling for most people. Thought most people probably thought the Chiefs were going to handle this one, coming off a disappointing Super Bowl performance. Justin Herbert shut up the haters significantly Friday night. 3 touchdowns, 318 yards passing. Had that big rush to seal it on 3rd and 14 to not give Mahomes another chance. It was truly just a wow performance. He really showed that he's one of these top quarterbacks in the league, in my opinion. Chiefs' run game couldn't get going. Chargers' run game couldn't really get going much either. It really just turned out to be Herbert played great. He really just won this team the game. Quentin Johnson, also great performance. Gonna give a shout out to him. A lot of people hated on him. 2 touchdowns, didn't have any drops, really showed out. Next game, we got the Buccaneers sneaking one on the road. They beat the Falcons 23-20. Really back and forth game. Michael Penix showed out in this game. He really did. Had that huge rushing touchdown to take the lead in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth. Didn't hold it because Emeka Egbuka, 2 touchdowns, 67 receiving yards. What a debut performance in the NFL. Way to put the league on notice, Emeka. Baker, 3 touchdowns, only 167 yards. Penix almost had 300 yards. Penix really he surprised me. He really protected the football well, made some great throws. He might be one of my breakout candidates this year, to be honest. He just really stunned me. I'd like to see Bijan get involved in the run game more, to be honest. 12 carries. He only had 24 yards, so clearly not good efficiency, but give him 18 carries. See what happens. He's so powerful. He had that huge reception for the touchdown, but I like to see him more involved in the run game, to be honest with you. Other than that, Younghoe Koo, he might be on the hot seat. He had a couple bad kicks last season. Starts off missing a key 44-yard field goal. Raheem Morris didn't seem too happy about it in his post-game press conference. So, yeah, who knows? Could have a kicking competition going on in Atlanta this week. Then we had the Bengals visiting the Browns. Barely come out on top, 17-16. Really got lucky in this game. If it wasn't for Cleveland's kicking problems, they would have lost this game. I mean, Schmidt, feel bad for him. Missed an easy field goal, missed an extra point. He's a rookie though. I thought what Joe Flacco said in his post game press conference was pretty cool. Didn't really just said keep your head up. Really just didn't really put the loss on him, which I respect a lot from him. Dylan Sampson was the leading back for Cleveland. Didn't really do much, to be honest. Chase Brown started off hot, 2 yards per carry. That's a yikes. Jamar Chase went missing in that. Fantasy owners definitely weren't happy with that. Joe Burrow, not a good game at all. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cleveland's defense is good. It's going to keep them in games. They're not going to be a winning football team, though, to be honest. Bengals, I don't think they're making the playoffs this year either. From what I saw, they're going to need to have significant turnarounds to make an impact on the playoffs this year, to be honest with you. Next, we had the Colts at home, absolutely obliterating the Dolphins, 33-8. Tua needs to go. I want to be honest right now. Like him as a person, but gets injured too much. Isn't consistent when he is healthy. You just can't rely on 6 good games from a quarterback each year to lead a winning football team. Daniel Jones, flawless performance. I think had a scoring drive on every single drive he had. First in NFL history, I think it was too, which is unreal. I'm happy for Daniel Jones. Really hasn't had much success with the Giants. Very hated player. I'm happy for him. 2 rushing touchdowns as well to go along with a passing touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, decent performance. Pittman was the leading receiver, 80 yards and a touchdown. Good to see him get going again. Miami, they need Mike McDaniel needs to go. Tua needs to go. They just need a complete revamp. I think Tyreek needs to go. They just seem that franchise just seems like they're at a loss right now. No one seems to be clicking with each other. I think they just need a rebuild, to be honest with you. Next, we had a matchup that probably a lot of people weren't watching, but Raiders took down the Patriots 20-13 in Foxborough. Great performance from Geno Smith. Patriots really tried to load the box with Genty. Genty only had 2 yards per carry, couldn't really get going, but Geno Smith, 362 yards passing and a touchdown. Threw it pick, but who cares? Geno, great game. Really silenced a lot of haters. People are saying Geno should be a starting quarterback. Proved he should be, at least week 1. Who knows what will happen the rest of the season, but yeah. Drake May, thought he had a good performance. 287 yards, 30 for 46 passing, and a touchdown and a pick. Thought he had a solid performance. Definitely wasn't a great performance, but it was enough to get a win, I'd say. New England rushing couldn't get going whatsoever. Neither offense could really get going too much, to be honest with you. But Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers led the way. Geno Smith as well, and they got the win in Foxborough. Next game, we had Cardinals beating the Saints in New Orleans, 2013. Very sloppy game. I honestly thought Spencer Rattler looked decent. Obviously, he's not going to be a long-term option for the Saints, but he looked all right. Alvin Kamara had a touchdown. Jawan Johnson, leading receiver for the Saints. Happy for him, at least. Marvin Harrison Jr. found the end zone. Huge for him. Kyler, he looked pretty good in the stat sheet, but I don't know. I didn't think he had a great performance, to be honest with you. James Conner, only 39 yards rushing. Trey Benson had a big 52-yard run, so he led the way. Yeah, overall, I don't know. The Cardinals didn't wow me or anything. Defensively, they look solid. Josh Sweat didn't do all that much, though. Yeah, I just don't know if the Cardinals are going to be a very successful team when they could only beat the Saints by a touchdown. Next game, we had the Steelers squeak by against the Jets, 34-32 in New York, or in New Jersey, I should say. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdowns. I'm a Bears fan, so obviously I do not like him. I don't know. I think it's the New York Jets. I don't think he's going to have a great year, to be honest. I think it's a good week 1. Good story to get him in the press, but yeah, I don't think this is long term. Justin Fields, great performance. Made some good throws. Really proved that he's not just a running back. To be honest with you, I know a lot of memes. He's not a running back. He's a quarterback. Breece Hall, good game. 100-plus yards rushing. Contributed with 40 yards receiving as well. Jaylen Warren, I don't know. I don't really rate him highly, to be honest with you. Kenneth Gainwell got some carries. I don't know what's going to happen in that running back room. Caleb Johnson only got 1 carry, so who knows? Yep. Sauce Gardner locked up DK, I'd say, but DK did get 83 yards still, so he's happy with that probably. Garrett Wilson caught a touchdown, 95 yards. Other than that, I don't think either of his teams are playoff teams, but yeah, it's week 1. Good to see the Steelers get a win, I guess. Next up, we got the Giants losing to the Commanders in Washington, 21-6. Giants offense couldn't get going anywhere. I don't think anyone had a good game on this team. Commanders, I don't think they looked that sharp either, to be honest with you. Ja'Cory Merritt touchdown on his rookie debut, even though he was running back 4. So yeah, who knows what's up with that. Jane Daniels looked all right, I guess. Debo did get 7 receptions, 70 yards. I'd say that was a bright spot for them. Other than that, this really wasn't too much of an entertaining game. Good defensive performance, I'd say, by both teams. Other than that, yeah, nothing really much happened in this game. Next matchup, we had our second weather delay of the week. We had the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Panthers. Jaguars win this game comfortably, 26-10. Bryce Young didn't look too good. It's week 1, though. Who knows? Could just be off game. Travis Hunter played on both sides of the ball. Caught 6 passes, my bad. 6 passes, only 33 yards, though. He'll continue to get involved more. Brian Thomas Jr., only 1 reception to get a rushing touchdown, though. Travis Etienne, monster game. 143 yards rushing. Didn't know what to expect out of that running back room. Looks like Etienne's still at number 1 back, though. Trevor Lawrence, all right. I'm not going to say it's a good performance either. Other than that, Tetora McMillan, 5 receptions, 68 yards, cool catch. He should be pretty happy with that performance. Other than that, nothing too much happened in this game. Yeah, so nothing really much happened. Neither team's going to be a playoff team, to be honest. But yep, good game. To kick off the afternoon slate, we had the Titans playing in Mile High City against the Broncos. Broncos squeak by the Texans 20-12. Bo Nix looked god awful. 2 bad picks. I feel like he's just bad at reading zone coverage. I feel like most of his interceptions come from zone, and I don't know. They need to work on it. I don't know if that's going to be it, because that cannot be a long-term issue, to be honest, because that needs to get figured out fast. RJ Harvey had a big run. J.K. Dobbins took most of the carries. He had a good performance as well. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. Cortland Sutton, 61 yards and a touchdown. Good performance by him. The passing offense of the Titans really couldn't get going. Cam Ward tried to do stuff. I wouldn't say, as a rookie on the road, he competed, I'll say. Yeah, he competed. That's what I'll say to him. Tony Pollard, 60 yards. Rushing. I mean, Titans are not a good football team. I think they'll be a top 3. They'll have a top 3 pick once again. Yeah, Broncos, I don't know. Bo Nix needs to get going, or else they're not going to be a big playoff team. They're not going to do much. Next game, we had Niners getting a win on the road in Seattle, 17-13 against the Seahawks. Brock Purdy looked good on the stat line, threw 2 picks, but I don't know. I didn't think he played that well, to be honest. Kind of got lucky with this Tonjes, huge backup tight end. George Kittle went down. What a performance by him. Game-winning touchdown catch. Really kind of bailed Purdy out on that bad throw, too. Sam Darnold didn't look great. Had that bad fumble at the end in the red zone. Can't happen, to be honest with you. Kenneth Walker, 2 yards per carry. Got 10 carries for 20 yards. Not good enough. Zach Charbonnet actually out-carried him, which is interesting for fantasy reasons as well. CMC couldn't get much going on the ground. Great receiving, though. 73 yards, 9 receptions. You're going to expect that from him. My guy, Ricky Pearsall, what a performance. Really just cooked Tariq Woolen. Only had 4 receptions, but all those receptions were very big. All key plays in the game. Had that big 45-yarder on that double move. Cooked Tariq. JSN, 9 receptions, 124 yards. Clearly going to be Sam Darnold's go-to guy this year. I think the NFC West will be very interesting. I don't think there's a big gap between the Seahawks, Niners, or Rams. I'm really curious to see what happens in that division this year. In America's Game of the Week, we had the Packers hosting the Lions. Packers won this one 27-13. Jared Goff was largely effective on the stat sheet, it says, but I didn't particularly think he played well. Bad in the red zone. Clearly could tell he's missing Ben Johnson for that creativity. Jared Goff really has to work harder now without him, and that showed, as well as Aaron Glenn. Lions defense didn't look the same, so I'm curious to see. This is really going to be a test to see how good of a football coach Dan Campbell is compared to a leader, because we all know he's a great leader, but let's see analytically, X's and O's, if he's up to that level as well. And then Packers were just pretty sharp, everyone got something there. Jacobs touchdown, Romeo Doubs 68 yards, Jaden Reed found the end zone, Tucker Kraft found the end zone, kind of a spread out game for them. And yeah, I don't think the Lions are going to be a playoff team this year, to be honest with you. I think they really missed their coordinators. They just look lost out there. Tough NFC North. Bears just had a heartbreaking loss, so I know that with them, I'm a fan of them, so I don't know their situation right now after tonight, but we know the Packers are a good team. We know the Lions are a good team, so yeah, it's going to be hard to make the playoffs in that division. In the last game of the afternoon slate, we had the Rams hosting the Texans. Rams won this one 14-9 in a low-scoring affair. Very defensive matchup. Neither offenses could really get anything going. Stafford kind of outdueled Stroud, I'd say. Didn't turn over the ball, had a touchdown. Nico Collins really went disappearing in this game, while Puka had 10 receptions for 130 yards. I think both these teams will be in the playoffs. I don't think either are Super Bowl contenders by any means. But yeah, I think both these teams probably sneak in either by winning their division or getting a wild card spot at 10-7, maybe 11-6, maybe 9-8. But yeah, I don't think either teams will win a Super Bowl, but I think we'll see them in January. In Sunday Night Football, we probably had the game of the year. maybe game of the 2020s. We had the Bills beating the Ravens 41-40. Crazy comeback. I wanted the Ravens to win this one. I like Lamar a lot, but I'm not even upset, to be honest. What a game that was. Josh Allen, great comeback. I'll give it to him. I don't think he deserved to be MVP last year. He shouldn't have been for sure. Lamar Jackson, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, but I'll give it to Josh Allen. He battled back well. He listened to the haters. People thought he was snubbed. He kind of silenced them in a way, I guess you could say. Lamar had a great game, though. Lamar, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, add 7 yards rushing to that, as well as a touchdown. Derrick Henry, man, crazy fumble. That kind of really started the comeback for them. I mean, he had a great game, but yeah, that fumble was just unreal, unexpected. Zay Flowers, monster game. What about D-Hop's catch, though? But yeah, honestly, this was the Bills game in the end. It was really the Ravens game for about 95% of it. But the Bills just find a way to win. And that's kind of what teams like the Chiefs do. That's what the Chiefs have done to the Bills. And it's kind of interesting to see the Bills win a matchup like that. Because usually they're on the losing end of that. So it's good to see them battle through adversity and do punishment, what the Chiefs do to them on another team. Other than that, yeah, just a heartbreaking loss for the Ravens. I mean, a game they probably all thought they were going to win pretty easily. Probably 10 minutes before the end of the game. So it's got to be a crazy loss for them. And they just got to get ready for week 2. In the last game of the week, I don't even want to do this one because I'm a Bears fan, but I'll just go over it anyways. Vikings beat the Bears 27-24. I don't get how that just happened. Never have I seen just a single organization continue to fail and just choke games in terrible fashion. The refs did suck. They had 3 bad penalties that I noticed. But honestly, it's not an excuse for how many times we just completely collapse. And tonight, it all started with Cairo Santos when he missed that 50-yard field goal. And then, obviously, all he had to do was kick the ball to the back of the end zone or even just out of bounds. Couldn't do that before the 2-minute warning, so we lost basically a timeout, and boom, get the ball with 10 seconds left just because we couldn't even kick a ball out of bounds. It's just unreal how this happens. The Bears find new ways to lose games. I swear, I don't get it. I just don't get it at all. Caleb looked great for first half. I'm overall going to give him a C grade. That last drive, he missed DJ Moore, and we would have had way more time on the clock if he hit him early. Made some questionable decisions, but overall, you could tell he's faster. You could really tell he's just more experienced. Honestly, I think Caleb will be fine. I think he'll be a star this year. I really think he'll break out. I think that second half, it's not going to happen again. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, both looked good. I think the Bears, we do have potential. I'm not going to lie. It's a heartbreaking loss. It's just, how is Ben Johnson and the boys, how are we going to battle back from this? That's really the big question, because that's always been the issue. We don't have leadership. Matt Eberflus, Matt Nagy clearly had no leadership. We can never bounce back. Can we now? This is the time to tell. Ben Johnson, get your locker room together, because this is make or break now. We just suffered a heartbreaking loss on national television. We were the laughingstock before. We know we are again already, and it's only week 1, so we got to figure something out. Other than that, J.J. McCarthy looked horrible for 3 quarters, but then all of a sudden looked like a god in the 4th quarter. I'm happy for him. I think he's a good quarterback. I liked him in college. He's from my area. So, yeah, that's good at least, but I don't know. I'm not even going to give the Vikings any compliments. The Bears just handed the game right there. They really just handed them the game. That's really the only way I could put it. Just unreal performance. Bears need to go back to the drawing board. This can't ever happen in the next decade. And with all that said, that's the end of the video. Let me know if you think I should add anything for the Week 2 recaps, maybe like a different graphic, more stats, less stats. Just let me know. I'm just trying to hear what you guys have to say. And with that being said, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.